legacy, new music, and the people who built the culture from the ground up. We've got a full vinyl ritual, a big feature, and a conversation with one of Montreal's Caribbean pillars. Settle in, we're going big, we're going serious, and you already know, a Likkle Trouble every time. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Massive and crew all across the world, introducing Angie Goodaz, the hostess with the mustache, big and serious podcast creator, yeah, creator and producer, big energy, big heart, big truth, when it's selector. Good evening, my people. This one is a special dedication to a woman with grace, vision and soul. Angie Goodaz. When Angie speak, the whole room listens. Heart so pure, yeah, the truth she giving, big and serious, loving every session. Healing words, real conversation. Lovers rock, sweet vibration. Podcast flow, pure elevation. From the mic to your heart, no hesitation. Angie Goodaz bring love to the nation. Big and serious, where love gets serious, where truth feel glorious. So turn it up, lean back, feel the emotion. This one you're certified devotion. Angie Goodaz, keep the love in motion. Big and serious, both us, straight from the heart, straight from the heart, straight from the heart, straight from the heart. Oh.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Big and Serious podcast. Music, conversation, and a Likkle Trouble every time. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Angie Goodaz, coming to you live from Toronto. And we're holding space for culture, the community, and the stories that keep us moving. Tonight, we're stepping into legacy, new music, and a conversation with one of the architects of Caribbean culture in Montreal. And speaking of which, she sent me something. I'm going to read it because today in the Rastafarian community, it's Emperor Haile Selassie's birthday. So we have some, she's given me something. I'm going to read a bit of it. I won't read all of it, but I'll read a bit of it. And I'll get into my Casamigos rhythm. I want to say shout out to Wheelie Done Productions for my sexy Casamigos, as well as my beautiful logo over there. If you're looking for beats or a logo, definitely hit him up. The producer _ Wheelie Done. All right, she's in the green room. My guest is in the green room, but I'm going to read what she sent me a little bit because this is a friendly reminder. The birthday of Emperor Haile Selassie is celebrated annually on July 23rd as one of the holiest and most significant annual festivals in the Rastafari movement. Adherents commemorate his birth, referred to by many as the Earth Strong or Earth Grounding, to honor his spiritual, historical, and royal legacy as the former emperor of Ethiopia. Celebration traditions, Nyabingi drumming, communities gather for sacred chanting, intense drumming, and meditation. Prayers and hymns, participants offer up spiritual songs and give thanks. Ital feastings, the traditional natural plant-based Ital foods and drinks are shared communally. Global gatherings. Events take place worldwide, including major focal projects like Fairfield House in Bath, UK, celebrations across Jamaica, and gatherings hosted by various Rastafari mansions and cultural centers. So, in honor of this, and this is something I don't normally do at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to play a song by lecturer Selassie I Light. Enjoy.
I lift up my eyes to the hills from when cometh my help. My
I am coming from the land, God, your Rastafari will make heaven and earth. All mercy, all mercy. Ooh, yeah. Cause Selassie, I like to shine so bright. My brothers and my sisters, and I better unite. Selassie, I like to shine so bright. My brothers and my sisters, and I better unite. Would you give up your bed so a poor little youth can rest his head? Would you give up your meal so a hungry little youth can know it feel? To have his belly full from a good night meal. Foot a joy nice heart, get the sign and seal. Out Selassie I, then close the deal. Selassie I like to shine so bright. My brothers and my sisters and the better unite. Selassie I like to shine so bright. My brothers and my sisters and the better unite. Selassie I like to shine so bright. My brothers and my sisters and the better.
So I want to say big up to everyone in the Rastafari community, and of course, big up on this Earth Strong of Emperor Haile Selassie. We're going to keep it going. Big up to Lecture for this beautiful tune. I believe it's still unreleased, so the Goodaz is still playing an unreleased track. I like that for me. So before we get into my guest, I do see her in the green room. I'm just going to quickly go through the serious ting, and then we will bring Pat Dillon Moore into the big conversation. So right now, people, this is your serious ting. And you know what? Let me go back to my little Casamigos rhythm a little bit there too, because, why not? All right. So tonight's serious ting is about something that sits at the heart of our culture. Independent community radio and the grassroots music spaces that keep our sound alive. Because before streaming, even before podcasting, before playlists, before algorithms pretending they know what we like, community radio was a place that held us. It was the home base. If you were a reggae artist, a soca artist, an Afrocentric artist in Canada or anywhere in the diaspora, community radio was where you got your first real listen. Not a random shuffle, not a background playlist, a real selector choosing your tune because it meant something. Community radio is where elders heard the music that raised them. It's where young artists got their first wheel up. It's where the flyers for the basement party, the community center show, the little club on the corner got announced. It was local, it was messy, it was imperfect, and it was ours, and it was perfect. But the landscape, it's changed. Stations moved from analog boards to digital consoles. Shows went from live only to streaming worldwide. A community program in Toronto could suddenly be heard in Kingston, London, and New York all at once. On paper, that sounds like progress, but the pressure on independent radio has only gotten heavier. Funding is tight, licenses cost money, equipment breaks, volunteers burn out, and while big platforms are busy selling global culture, the people actually preserving real culture are still hustling for grants, donations, and a little respect. For new artists, the struggle is different, but just as real. Yes, you can upload your song in 5 minutes. Yes, you can clip a post and hope it goes viral, but that doesn't mean you have community. It doesn't mean you have elders listening. It doesn't mean you're entering a living ecosystem. You're just entering a catalog. Getting radio play today, even on community stations, can feel like navigating a maze. There are more artists than ever, more releases, more noise. Stations are overwhelmed, understaffed, and trying to balance legacy programming with new voices. So a lot of new artists end up feeling like, I'm doing everything right online. Why does it still feel like nobody really knows me? And that's where independent radio still matters very deeply. Because there's a difference between being seen by an algorithm and being held by a community. When your song plays on a community station, it's not just data. It's a selector saying, I hear you. It's a listener calling in to say, run that again. It's your tune being woven into a night of conversation, history, jokes, and vibes. Grassroots music spaces do the same thing. When you perform at a small venue, a community center, a local festival, or and you're not just content, you're actually part of the lineage. You're standing where other artists stood. You're learning how your music lands in real time. You're building relationships that don't disappear when the algorithm changes. And let's talk about local airwaves for a second. In a digital world, it's easy to act like everything is everywhere, but there's something powerful about knowing this show is happening here in this city on this frequency with these people. Local radio creates a sense of place. You hear the accents, the neighborhood shout outs, the community announcements, the inside jokes. You feel the rhythm of the city, the weather, the mood, the politics, the joy, and the grief. For reggae and Afrocentric music centers, that local presence is crucial because our culture is not just about songs, it's about the context around them. Who's playing them? What stories are being told between the tracks? Which elders are being honored? Which young artists are being introduced? Which community issues are being named out loud? Independent radio and grassroots spaces are where those connections happen. There were histories preserved, not in a museum, but in motion. There where you can hear a classic Studio One cut followed by a brand new track from a local artist and understand that both are a part of the same story. So yes, the world has gone digital. Yes, we stream. Yes, we scroll. We share. But the survival of independent community radio is not optional. It's essential. Because without it, we lose discovery with context, intergenerational conversation, local accountability, cultural memory. And here's the grown woman truth. The big platforms will happily profit off our culture, but they will not protect it. That work still lives with the community, with the small stations, with the grassroots venues, with the Pats of the world, the people who show up week after week to make sure our music has a home. Independent radio is not dead. It's evolving, it's adapting, and it's fighting, and it still matters. And that is your serious ting, and I'm going to take a moment to slay. All right, so I'm going to circle back to my guest for a moment. I'm going to see if she's ready. I'm going to ask her for a thumbs up if you're ready. Oh, I don't see her. There she is. Thumbs up if you're ready, Pat. Yeah, I see the thumbs up. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to introduce you and then I'll bring you on camera, but I'm going to turn off my Casamigos so that it doesn't distract us. So again, big up to Wheelie for my rhythm. You done know. Big love every time. And actually, before I continue on, I do want to say shout out to Roots Rock Reggae radio show. They're on CKUT 90.3 FM out of Montreal, and you can catch them on Monday mornings, 1 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the morning. Shout out to Singing P, Selector Madman, Cassette Man, and all of the family. And of course, Brother Cliff in the building. So let's get into our big conversation. Pat Dillon Moore is one of the architects of Caribbean culture in Montreal. A woman whose work spans radio, artist management, stage shows, community building, and decades of frontline advocacy for reggae and Afrocentric music. She didn't just witness the evolution of the scene, she helped build it. From positive vibes to boom boom time, from managing artists to hosting some of the biggest stage shows in the city, Pat's footprint is wide, deep, and still growing. Tonight we're exploring her full journey, and I'm so excited. The music, the community, the stages, the stories, and the legacy that she continues to shape. Pat Dillon Moore is in the building, so let's get into it. I'm going to bring her on camera. Hello. Why can't I hear you? Why can't I hear what you're saying? I can't hear you. Is your mic on? Because I see the dial, so I see that we have access to it. This is what happens when we're live, people. I wonder if you should leave and come back, see if it works then. All right, I'm gonna let her do her thing while she's sorting it out. We're gonna get into, you know what, let me run a little tune while she sorts it out. You know, what do I want to run right now? I'm searching for something. Hold on, let's see. Okay, let's see. She's saying it says she's on. Okay, hold on. Let me come back. Let's see if we can hear you now. Say something. Oh, I think she's frozen. Okay, let me run a tune, people. Let's run over to the vinyl ritual. Oh, wait. No, she's still, okay. Here. Yeah, this is what happens sometimes, people. We get into a little, ting and ting and ting, right? Okay, so I'm gonna run a tune. I just gotta figure out what I want to run. You know, I'm gonna play the remix to this later on, and I hope that you know, the powers that be just allow me a little while I play the tune, because we don't want no trouble. And I do want to say, you know, while I have a moment here, I do want to say big up to the culture for showing me love. You know, it's a beautiful thing when the culture loves you back, and the culture has been showing up in ways that just have me humbled and just, you know, in awe. So I'm going to play Butterflies because I feel like this is how I feel about the culture, and I'm glad, or I hope that the culture feels this way about me. Butterflies by Buju Banton. Let's go.
Pretty lady, my baby, coming on this country. Well, anyhow you make a feel butterflies, I'm gonna love you for life. No doubt, I see potential in your eyes, I wanna love you for life. No doubt, anyhow you make a feel butterflies, we'll love you for life. Child, I see potential in your eyes, let me love you for life. No doubt. Listen, tell me this girl, how your skin a glow, so you supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Well, if there's a crush, then your body get flush. Very curiosity, me want feel your touch. Love you with passion, girl, you're so curvaceous. Tell you I'm attracted, clearly it's obvious. Unconnaissance and humor, but never ridiculous. Give me that love with a sense of purpose. Anyhow you make a feel butterfly, I'm gonna love you tonight. No doubt, I see potential in your eyes, let me love you for life. No doubt, I'm ready to face the battle, fight every fight. The two are we together with future no bright. Roads get rocky, make we hold on tight. Love me like you never love no one in your life. You know how to treat man, your mom grow you right. Expectations are satisfied. Anyhow you make a feel butterfly, I'm gonna love you tonight. No doubt, I see potential in your eyes, let me love you for life. Girl child, whatever I can buy, you satisfy. Never wanna see you cry. By your eye, fly up on the track, let us do a mile high. I don't wanna ever hurt my sweetie pie. No case load, heavy enough man why apply. Enough of them I look your bone, I not try. It's the connection, you're my selection. Asterisk John stand up at attention.
attention. I prefer a woman who communicate communication. Dispel all confrontation. Anyhow you make I love you tonight. Gonna love you for life.
All right. I ran the whole tune. I probably shouldn't have, but that's okay. As we try to figure it out, I'm going to come back to my guest and see Wagwan. Let's see if I can hear you now. No. I wonder. Microphone. I'm not sure what's going on with your sound. Did the system ask you for permissions? It didn't? I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, people, I'm going to run a sizzler. And I'm going to try to sort out with Pat what's going on. So I'll be right back, Pat. 1 second. All right, people, you're going to enjoy this sizzler tune, and we're going to sort this out, and it's going to work because we're not make technology mash up with thing tonight. We're not do it. So here's Haile Selassie. Haile Selassie, sorry, by Sizzla in honor of his birthday. Hey, we're gonna try it again. Big up to Sizzla for that tune. Let's come back to Pat and see if we can get her. If we can get her live. If we can get, we have her live. If we can get her audio going. Let's see, Wagwan. All right, we have 2 screens. Let's try this one. Try saying something. Oh wait, this one's not even populating. Okay, so maybe that's not the one. Huh. I think she's frozen. Not sure what's going on, people. Okay. So this one. Try saying something. I don't know what's going on. You have a mic? Is your mic on? Hello. Your mic is on. Because I'm not seeing like it shows that we have access to your mic, but it's not showing that your mic is populating. Like when I speak, the you know this. I'm acting like this lady's not on radio. But you know, the gauge and all of that fun stuff. Let me see something here. Microphone 2. Let's try this one. All right. So, oh, I heard you briefly for a second there. Huh. Let's see. Okay, so we have now it's coming in and out, so I don't know why it's doing that. Are you using your headphone as your mic? So I'm wondering if there's a short in your cord. No. Yeah, it's coming and going. I don't know. I can hear little clicks and then it goes away.
Let me look at.
Oh, wait, there you are. Say something again. I think you're here. Hi. Howdy.
Hi.
Well, they
You
were
know
trying,
what?
weren't they?
Satan, get behind me!
Right? Pat, I think it's because you sent me the Selassie tribute. See it and get mad and say, no, sir, this not gonna work around here.
I will take that, spin it round. I want 2 pencils, and then dash
Right.
it away.
I would trample that.
Trample it.
I have to say, I am so excited to have you here. This has been a long time coming. My mom would say, not happened before the time, baby. So this is, yeah, man, this is
For that
spectacular.
lovely, serious text. I'd love to read it because it sounded good, but I think it's one that I'd love to read. And you should, I don't know where people post things. If you have a blog spot, you should really perhaps consider putting it up because it's in independent radio and specifically campus community radio. It feels like we're alone in this wilderness and that nobody cares. I know this not to be so because annually we have our funding drive here at CKUT. And this year we did very well. I broke our own personal record. So
Oh,
people
wow.
care, and I knew they cared during the pandemic because for people who either didn't have a radio, and then we had to did call, and then I'd have to walk them through how to do it on their phones, CKUT.ca, go over to the tabs at the top and press live. And they were so happy. And we're talking people like 75 to 85 and up, those ages. So, hey, I
wow.
don't hear from one this long time. Could you go and call that one or knock that one? And text was coming in. And this is even before we got the system here. We were doing it on WhatsApp. And I was plugging
Really?
into someone like you who was on line and could plug into the station. And then I think it took 2-3 weeks where the station bought a couple of boards, and those who could tape their show and email it in would email it in. And then we'd leave the house, let the tech in, he'd put the board in. Then I had to learn it by myself, once again, FaceTime. Oh, I press this, I do this, I click this, right? So I know people cared because so many people
Yeah.
told us so.
I love
Um,
it. I
and
love
not
it.
only when somebody dies, but it matters, right?
Yeah.
And it's finding you yourself
Yeah.
where
Yes.
you be, right?
Yes. Yes. 'Cause I
But thank
remember.
you.
You're welcome. No, it's so important. I know for me, like even in the whole fabric of Angie Goodaz or Angela, community radio. Sometimes we're going out, we're on our way to a party. We lost the flyer. Oh my gosh, put on so and so. I know it's live now. He's gonna read that flyer. And then you're like, all right, somebody get a pen, write it down. Write it down. So it's so important. And I know there was a time Even for me, I'll use myself as an example where you
Mm.
felt thirsty to hear the music. Like, I want to hear it aside from my dad playing it, right? I want to hear it on the radio. So you would gravitate, like you knew what time the shows were, and you would go and make sure that your radio is set so that you could hear those songs, right? It's important.
That affirmation. Listen, I'm going to carry you back to, I want to say it's Bob Marley's Positive Vibration album. And so here we are, we're my brother and I. He's number seven, I'm number six, and we're the last two wash belly that's born here in Canada. The five siblings before us are, of course, in their teens. They're able to, and 20s, and they can go to parties, but used to buy records. And so they brought home this record, and I still remember it. We still have that man vibration. And in those days, you would sit down with the album and read the songs, the lyrics, and sing. And I don't know if that album had lyrics, right? But just look at it all the time. And here we had a very popular private hit radio station called CKGM with Ralph Lockwood, and
Okay.
you would all call in and request a tune, and we would call in and request Bob Marley, Positive Vibration. And I could tell you, they said, Bob who?
What?
Bob
Bob
who?
who?
And we'd be,
Wow.
huh?
What do you mean?
Exactly. Like, we're
Yeah.
young now, right? We're what, nine,
Yeah.
10, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's that affirmation that, and you don't always have to look to white people to be affirmed, right? But there is something about music being the soundtrack of your life. And so
Yes.
you're wondering if other people could hear it too. And maybe it's that calling into a radio station is akin to now when you like something, somebody puts
Yeah.
something up and you like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But my gosh, we've come a long, long way.
Yes. You know, as we go on that journey, and we're gonna bring ourselves right back to now, but let's take it back to the beginning. So your brothers and your sisters bought the Bob Marley albums. Was that the first time that reggae entered into your life, or was this just like an
Nope,
anecdote?
nope, 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 nope. That's an antidote. I remember it cleanly. My aunt came winter, or it could have been spring. I would have to go and, if I could find some of those documents, look. But I know it was cold, and she brought 45 records from Jamaica. This is the hip auntie, the one with the gold tooth and the swanky clothes. She didn't live in country anymore. She lived
Lived in
in
town.
Kingston.
Yeah.
Thank you. Town. Kingston. And I remember Cherry O Baby. Eric
Oh
Donald says,
wow.
Cherry O
Cheerio,
Baby. So I
baby.
would have
Wow.
been three going on four.
Wow.
And that's what I remember. And then we played those records in rotation. Shortly thereafter, three of my sisters went back home. And you have to remember, these are the days where you used to dress up for go on plane. So they had the gloves and the purse and all of that. And I remember, of course, here on this side, all of us piling into the car to drive them to the airport. I'm bawling my eyes out because I'm not quite understanding. You mean they're going away? I'll be good. I won't sass them. I will eat all my food. No, don't leave us,
Oh.
kind of thing. And my brother and I are crying.
Oh my
And
gosh.
when they returned, well, each of them came back with enough records,
Records.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Records, right? Yeah, it was Joan and Faye went, and then after Haya went. And so that became our tradition. if you went to Jamaica, you had to come back with 45 records and mango,
Yes.
sugarcane.
Yep.
They used to peel it, put it in the plastic bag,
Yep.
and
Because you
give it
couldn't bring it with the skin.
to us. Yeah, right? Because it's heavy too. It's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And for Pat and Peter, or as the family in St. Mary, Auntie Millie Canada Pitney them. And so that was that. And so you every year up until 1975, when my cousin came from Jamaica to Canada, and he brought, well, I think he brought everything in that suitcase, more records. Then to add to that, my sister number three was going to university. And
Mm-hmm.
so she was part of the Caribbean Student Union. And
Nice.
there's this little flat thing. I wish I had one. It's about this size, maybe a little longer, and it's the cassette. And all of the other
Okay.
Caribbean students would bring from their various islands. So that's how very early we were introduced to Barbados, merry men, beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful Barbados. And then
Wow.
Calypsos, Gina and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina. And definitely we did don't have Miriam Makeba records, and we done did have Harry Bello,
Yeah.
Deo. So we had,
Damn.
thank you, Did I Light? That
Mm-hmm.
auntie I talked about earlier also brought language. We had been eating rice
Mm.
and peas. We had been eating stewed chicken and little stew beef, and so that part of it. But language, my sisters, of course, and my brother's siblings were speaking patois. But
Mm-hmm.
it was when my aunt came and her patois was different
Different.
and
Yeah.
fish to my sisters them because she come from town, right?
Okay.
From town,
So it's
you
different than
know.
country. It's different than country patois. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
people. It
Yes,
is.
right there. So all of the songs, learning all of the songs and everything, and that was the first time hearing reggae. We already knew about Jamaica. We knew we were born here. We knew that this. What was the word we used to say? Um, we were of Jamaican descent,
Mm-hmm.
right? That was descent. I remember that, and that I think was
Mm-hmm.
from my sister Haya, because she was studying, literature. So we had
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary, lingua, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that was our thing with music from we were very small and language. So by the
Wow.
time you got to um, Bob Marley, and this is mid 70s, we of course knew about all the festival songs that would come up. Hooray,
Yes.
hooray, oh, what a fun festival. Hooray, hooray. Tinga Stewart era,
Yeah.
Donaldson, all those
Wow.
various people. That's how we grew up. 5711 Sherbrooke in NDG. Then we moved to Cotonou, 4660 Dupree, and then
Mm-hmm.
50, geez, on ages, 5330, 5530 Victoria.
Okay.
Um, and the 70s, hot bedtime in Montreal and in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
We're just past Sir George Williams. And
Mm-hmm.
so all the Caribbean number, if you know your migration, we have people coming from the Caribbean. So
Yeah, that
you're
was during
seeing yourself.
the big
Mhm,
migration, right?
mhm.
So in that time, and actually it was 40, it was 8 tracks, the cassette thing, the long, it was an eight
Yes,
track, right?
yes.
The
So the
8 tracks.
stereo, that's right. The stereo was top loading, and in it was the 8 track, and you
Yes.
would put it, and that tick like not quite a brick, but I can't even see nothing. What a 8 track. So if a young listener is, I don't see
Yeah.
nothing here. And then some fancy cars had it in the car, and
That's
then it
right.
was cassette. That's right.
Yes, that's right. I remember the 8 track because my dad loved music so much that he had a stereo in the basement and he had another one in the kitchen. So, in order for us to eat our breakfast and go to school on time, my mom would say, if you're going to eat your breakfast, you can play the stereo. So it would be the 8-track. And then my brother would play the Rubber Band Man band on
Yes.
it. And then he would play like whatever 8 tracks. Oh, you know which one was a major one? This was like in the 80s, but a major one for us was Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant.
Oh my God, don't even talk.
Yes.
Peter, my brother used to play the big game. Right? And we gotta walk down to
To Electric Avenue.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
things define you.
Yeah.
They really do define you.
Yeah. It's really, and as I talk to you and as I've spoken to other people who have been in the diaspora, raised in the diaspora, it's really interesting how each of our childhoods sounds very similar. It's almost as if our families and our parents were trying to make sure that they embrace and embody their culture in this new space. So it was, all right.
But it's also longing. And wherever you
Yeah.
go in the world, don't you look for yourself? I
Always. Always.
remember my first real big professional job and leaving Montreal by myself. My cousin Gloria Hall said, well, if you're in a restaurant there, always order chicken, right? Because, well, yeah, chicken, right? And so that's familiar. And then, if they didn't do it quite right, you could always put salt, pepper, and ketchup on it and go on
Mm-hmm.
through, and hungry wouldn't kill you. But your soul, your you're laughing. Hey, your soul, your your eyes, your ears
Mm-hmm.
wants that which is familiar, that which is yours. That's
Yes.
why, I do understand here in Quebec the fight for preservation of the language. Well,
Mm-hmm.
where we drift is, I don't believe it should be at the killing of another culture or language, and in this case, English, right?
Right.
But the preservation, because you want to hear it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the moment I get on a plane and I reach Jamaica, and they open the good, and that heat
That
that hits
heat.
you when, yes.
Woof.
And first
Yeah.
time you could always smell the lushness and the smell of the
Yes.
flowers. You can't anymore,
That's
because I
true.
think it's the type of gasoline or diesel fuel you're using,
Yeah. It
you're
drowns it out.
smelling, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fumes, right? But
Yeah.
first time, and all that's why they did those things. And if you look at films and
Mm-hmm.
books like Miss Lou and all of
Mm-hmm.
those authors, and when the descriptive language of what was familiar, but not
Mm-hmm.
even books, when the blue envelope would come with the red and navy blue right around it. You remember it was one piece of paper, and it used to lick
Mm-hmm.
it and stick it, nail it.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
think to read and hear about home, right?
Yes.
Everybody
Yes.
read those letters. I mean, we were small and
Yes.
we couldn't read cursive, but the moment we could read cursive,
You start to read those letters.
we were read. So it's the mind, the imagination. Stories are important.
Mm-hmm.
Reading to children, listening to the elders, which was my mom and my siblings, which are not too much older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and then the 45
Yeah.
records,
Yeah.
the mango, the guinea, sugar cane.
Yeah.
And so this is
So
who we
true.
are there.
Yeah. It's so true. And I never, like when I was younger, a quick anecdote and then I'll get back into your story. But when I was younger, we never really understood why my parents would take us to Jamaica. So we would go for like 5 weeks in the winter. They would take us to Jamaica. They would
Mm.
leave us in country and they would go about their business. Right? They're on the on the north
You
coast, and
understand
they're.
now?
I get it because the kids need the culture. The kids need the culture. So if we
Oh,
leave and we
they
leave them
need the
there,
culture, yes. We leave
Oh,
them there because you're the culture, but they also needed a
yeah.
rest or something
That's right. They
scary,
need to leave. They need to
value,
go away. Yes.
right? Values
Yeah.
and the little rests and mommy and daddy would refuel so that they can better take care of you.
That's right.
Remember, there was a time where, as a people, we did not leave our children with all sorts of babysitting.
Yeah.
And if
No.
mommy and daddy working, and you're three, four children, right? Get back and auntie or somebody in the yard or somebody who you trust in the
Yep.
district. There were those, that was just the sociological. And of course, well, I was lippy. I'm not as quiet and mellow as I am now.
You
And I would
what?
always get, yes, I was really hippie. And it would be, yeah, man, we're going to leave you and Miss Toslin. When we leave you in Jamaica, you will straighten out and what have you. So that by the time I first met them, I was like, but, snake is snake, right? You can't hide your thought.
Yep.
So the lippiness, eventually, right, by day two.
It had to show up. So, at what point did you realize I'm in the scene and I'm helping to shape the scene?
Well, definitely, I'm trying to figure out the point. All right, so I started in radio 87, 88.
Okay.
Janice Dale was the first radio person on air. Uh, and I have to double check the dates because Leon Caribbean Fox was on an AM station, and I think his show started out at 30 minutes. JD was an hour, then it went to 2 hours. And before we got the CRTC license, it could only be heard in the downtown core, which included a large chunk of Little Burgundy, where there was still a significant Black and Caribbean community living.
Okay.
They got the license 87, fall 88, something like that.
Okay.
And then you could be heard throughout Montreal at CKUT. The flyer reading, and anywhere you would go and people would push a flyer in your hand. You could read that for me. And at first, yes, it was a lot of shows, live shows, reggae shows. And you were helping to sell tickets. What used to happen back then, because if you recall, and it still goes on today, immigration may or may not let a person through.
Right.
And so I was on Positive Vibes, which was the Thursday show from 3 to 5. So if somebody was coming on for a Friday night show or a Saturday show, they did one of two things: try to get them there Thursday or call in long distance. Back then was the Bell Canada phone card. This is
Yes.
before the dollar card them, where they tell you have 10
Yes.
minutes and you really add 90
Yes.
seconds.
No,
Not
the
that
actual
card. Bell Canada had a
a
card,
card. Yeah,
a
I had that
tick
card.
card.
Yep.
And the promoter would let you call in and they would say, yes, me have my ticket, me have my visa, and I will see you such and such a date, and all of that sort of stuff would happen. Then after that, definitely, and I don't know if we could call it scene, value to community, when unfortunately Black on Black violence,
Yeah.
and before that was police shooting
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
Black people. For sure, we had already been talking about police roughing up and beating up young Black men. That started, even before we were at the station, because some bus drivers were doing it. But when you could talk about it and uh, corner the police chief, and they had a PR person, a wonderful PR person at the time, and say, "Would you come to the station and talk with the
Oh,
community around some of these larger
yeah.
things?" So when we started
Oh,
doing
wow.
that, and one or two times the police, John Dalzell would come, but the community leaders coming and
A debate?
having that
Yeah.
soapbox of projecting what they thought, programs in the community. It was those times, and I'm having a significant birthday in a minute. I don't remember what came first. Definitely, I want to say it was the flyers for the various
Okay.
initiatives and then some of the interviews. I know JD was speaking to people like Jakarta,
Mm-hmm.
who he wasn't the first to have a band, but he lived in Burgundy and was every park festival or
Mm-hmm.
Sunday in the park, or if an artist was
He was
coming,
there.
he would be his band, Jakarta and Determination. He was the opening act. And then you have Juliet Smurfett Nelson, who was part of that band and as a
Hmm.
female. So that's when you kind of are getting the importance.
Mm-hmm.
I remember JD, which is Janice Dale, saying, "Hey, watch out now. Because you them like to hear their people on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get pissed off or emphatic. Um, And it does make
Oh,
a
yeah.
difference. It's, for a long time, seeing yourself, hearing yourself. And at least we knew who Bob Marley was. And
Mm-hmm.
the last thing, the people who were in jail had radio.
Yes.
And mothers and wives, daughters, sons would say, "I'd like to send a shout out to the B Wing Massive or to such and such," or if it was daddy's birthday or mommy too, because we had
Mm-hmm.
Leclerc, the women's jail. You would send shout outs. And unfortunately, there were a couple people that tried to send
Oh,
certain
coded
messages that
messages.
were not really cute. And I would say, no, 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 no. Because at one point, after being a programmer in 92, I became a station manager.
Oh,
And I
wow.
would say, "Sorry, darling, can't do that. Come on, you want them pull us off a here."
Yeah.
Kind of this,
Yeah.
right? I know when they murdered a fellow DJ who was on air with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember somebody calling, and I took the call because I didn't work the board so well at that time. JD did that.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "We are going to call back. The killer is going to call and tell you why this person was murdered." And I just, trembling and frightened.
Yeah.
You understood the ramifications immediately. And heaven forbid you not read a dance man flyer.
Oh,
This
you're
is
gonna have
before you
problem.
got the opportunity to buy ads,
Yeah.
right? Because life and death, they're spending all their money to bring an entity, plane ticket, then hotel, then this, that, and look at hand flyers that you made
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
passing, driving up and down, blah, 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 making tickets. They have to cut out the tickets. All these
Mm-hmm.
things are going on. And what happens, Sister Patty? True, you don't like me, true, me did cuss you off a time, and you never read my flight. Yeah, hey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. We did it, we live it. But I was good for myself to be to cuss back
He
some
could cuss.
people. And if
That's where the lippy came in handy, right?
no, but if you went to a dance and the dance, let's say somebody had put on the artist at 2:30 and they came off because light come on because 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were 1 a.m. We used to come to Toronto and go, "This is weird. They have the lights on at 1
1
a.m."
o'clock. Yep. Yep.
Right? we would go Thursday and say, "What kind of foolishness is that?" No, I am frank, plain speaking, and JD would be proper. We're good cop, bad cop, and we those roles would reverse. So it helped to people need their money's worth,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And so something missing, if there was a fight, if there was a stabbing, like there was always something. It's the entertainment business. There's
Yeah.
always been whatever culture, race. Some of them rock shows, them
Mm-hmm.
heavy metal show, had all sorts of crap that
Mm-hmm.
went on,
Mm-hmm.
and we know it and hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd like to pit it as only the Caribbean music scene that had
Yeah.
all those things, right? So
Yeah.
we used to tell people, if you have your beef, remember it was the
The
beef.
beef. You
If
got
you and
beef?
somebody was beefing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You got beef with someone.
Leave it, and promoters would beseech. And remember, they used to say, "What? Leave home your machine and bring your queen," and
And bring
all
your
these
queen.
kinds of things.
Yes, that's
What
right.
didn't we do in radio? What
Yeah.
didn't we do? Right? We did a lot of it, and I mean, we take a lot of it for granted now because now we have this.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to whatever streaming or even a live show on TikTok
Mm-hmm.
in Zimbabwe or
Mm-hmm.
wherever around the world,
That's right.
right? But we would leave the station, head home, and people would see you, and it made a
A
difference. And
difference. Yeah.
I'm grassroots and barefoot. I'm not too highfalutin unless you take a step with
Yeah.
me, right?
Yeah.
Having your people be accessible
Yes. It's huge.
was important. And then when stars came into town, some of the other promoters would like to see them. A story I will tell quickly here. Okay, yes, I remember. On the Thursday, I'd have to look at the Till Shiloh album.
Mm.
Lisa from Loose Cannon and Penthouse released it.
Mm-hmm.
We had been doing interviews here because the first show that he was going to do when he released Till
Mm-hmm.
Shiloh was the Friday night here in
Mm-hmm.
Montreal. So I just pop style and say, "Yep, I helped release that album," because and those days I was a young
Mm.
publicist. So they used to send me the 3/4 inch beta tapes of the video. I would get them on
Okay.
CTV and CBC. So people, Buju Banton, and this is fun
Mm-hmm.
to be talking about this 3, 4 nights after he's on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
I
But his
know.
video, we had our cable show, Black Is played it. Um, CTV would do a snippet. CBC was often a lot better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that show at Metropolis had 2,000 plus people in it. It
Yeah.
was huge
It was
for
huge.
Montreal. And
Yeah.
now we up here when we see 95
I
people
know.
somewhere,
Yeah. People don't really go outside anymore.
right?
Um, you know, you,
But let me finish. Hold
mhm.
on, let me finish. The Friday when he landed, uh, and he came to the station to do the interview, rollerblading. We invited a black day camp, and he was backstage of the old station, rollerbladed right up to the back door, and all these kids lost their minds. Because here they know the songs, it's Buju, right? And he just
That's
rollerblades up like the car was
crazy.
down the road. A jet, like there had to be 50, 60 kids in the parking lot, and he rollerblades right through in. And so those were some of the things we were doing. with
I didn't even
kids.
know he roller skates or rollerblades. So that's actually that's really cool.
Gargamel, what didn't
I know
Gargamel do?
he could float on water. I'm sure. He's just amazing. Um, I want you. You talked about positive vibes. Tell us a bit about Boom Boom Time.
When I became the station manager, and I want to give props to Marva
Mm.
Jackson. Marva Jackson is the first Black woman to be a station manager. She
Oh,
was the
I gotta give
station
her a sexy
manager.
horn. Wait, hold on, hold on. Big up Martha Jackson. Yeah.
She was the station manager. She had a few shows, and then she became station manager of CKLN.
Okay.
I was the first in Quebec, second in Canada, and
Wait, so
I
say that again. We
stopped
missed it.
doing
You said you
positive
were the first in Quebec and the second in Canada?
second
Well,
woman.
let me give you a sexy horn. I love that.
Indeed. That's a reggae horn. um, I left Positive Vibes. JD had left at that time, and the then music director wanted to put pop um prime time on air. So prime time, who is now in Miami, did the 3 to 5
Mm-hmm.
slot. And I said, okay, no problem, but I still want to do
Mm.
radio. Um, Something about you're the heavy, you're the part of the power. And I feel a lot, one of the reasons that I was hired, I had good ideas and all of that stuff, and I could talk a good game, but me as a Black woman was going to bridge the gap between the predominantly white staff volunteers, because by this time there's what, 9, 10, 12 shows that serve the
Right.
Black community. So I'm
And
hired,
everybody's volunteering.
yeah, I'm hired spring, April or so, 92, and I come off Boom Boom Time, and maybe towards late fall there was a slot that opens up between 11 and 12 midnight on a Sunday night, as prior to my marriage. So I'm married 34 years, so this is 33 years ago
Wow.
about. And Uncle M, who the first year anniversary of his death is coming up
Rest in
next week,
peace, Uncle.
would pick me up, drive me,
Mm-hmm.
and we would play oldies, because we did not want to replicate what was already on air.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was
The new
playing
stuff.
um, the new stuff. It was frowned upon to be playing the commercial stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I used to still play it, because I said, where else would you hear Michael Jackson being played beside the Mighty
That's right.
Sparrow and an old D
Yeah.
Brown? So I would say we conjure up night magic. You will remember what you used to wear, who you used to date. Did you have a long afro, the barefoot pants, right? But you are going to have a good boom boom
I
time.
love that.
Boom boom is what I used to call Alicia when she was first born.
Oh,
I used to call her my boom boom baby.
oh, that's so cute.
So, and I used to have fun with her all the time. So that's a fun time.
Yeah.
So I called it Boom Boom Time. And it's 11 p.m. through that first winter, because we'd have to shovel by the time we get to the old Shatner building. The plows hadn't plowed anything, and we'd run in with records, albums, cassettes,
Yeah.
everything. And sometimes we did some interviews. And then when I left the station 96, I went to work at the National Film Board of Canada,
Wow.
I had to leave it. And I'm tired at this point. Um, I decided to leave
Mm-hmm.
it, and I left it for a year or two, and a slot came up, and they called me and said, from 4 to 5. I said, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it. By that time, I'm married. Wayne is here. And we started it. Then another slot following. And that's how we ended up with the 2-hour slot.
2 hour
Sorry.
slot.
The difference is at night when you play the sexy slow jams at 10 to 12,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're at from 11 to 12, you're already in bed, hopefully, or you done press your suit to go to work
Yeah.
or your blouse, and you're winding down
That's
on a
right.
Sunday evening. So you know, I used to call it night
Yeah.
magic.
It's your bridge.
And when it went to daytime, it was different. It's you're washing up the pot from the big Sunday dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is something about listening to radio and being communal around the
Yeah.
radio
Yep.
listening. And so the show has various elements. And of course, anything that happens in the news, whether local, internationally, or we have another perspective. For a long time, our newsroom was pretty much white.
Yeah.
At CKUT, we'd have the black spin, the black
Yeah.
perspective on the matters. And that, in a sense, became my 30 something, it's almost 40 years.
Wow.
And being involved in the arts, I bring review of
Yeah.
books, review of art exhibit, not only things that I produce
Yeah.
myself, and sometimes you have to help various people who don't know how to put a spin on it. I'm a spin doctor. That's what I did for, once again, 30 plus
Yeah.
years. And so you dress it up for them, or sometimes they bring you when you ask for a bio and then take the paper. And it's not so bad that they take the paper. Well, I started in
Oh
church and
gosh.
blah, 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 blah. That's not
Yeah.
mine. But give me some dates. What's the name of the church? Was
Yes.
the church here? Was it in Jamaica? This
Yes.
is a bio. Tell me about yourself. And
Yes.
then you have a perspective. I think what I would like people to leave here understanding
Mm-hmm.
a couple of things. We built this country, and we built whatever country wherever we
Yes.
are. We built it with our
Mm-hmm.
arts. We built it with our
Mm-hmm.
food. I hear somebody tell me say IHOP in the States is now selling oxtail.
What? Listen, IHOP, if you're selling
Thank you.
oxtail, you have to come correct. I hope you have like a Jamaican chef that knows how to cook
It'll
a
be a good
good.
oxtail, and
Yeah.
so we make some money off
Yeah.
of it, right?
Yeah.
But we make the monkey money and then make
The
the
big
big
money,
money.
always.
Uh, I rem- I remember when Eaton Center had that first Caribbean thing in the
Yep.
food course in
Yep.
Toronto, right? So we built this place. A lot of our art, our culture, our bodies, how we look, how we
Mm-hmm.
dress. You remember we had Row with
That's
beads in
right.
it. Bo Derek does a film and they calling it
Yep.
10, right? So what haven't they commodified
That's
off
right.
of us? And we have commodified some stuff. So it's always been to be the master of our output, our artistry, see ourselves, hear ourselves. We now can take films with this little phone and put your perspective, eyewitness accounts to things that are wrong,
Mm-hmm.
share things that are right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think appreciate our voice. And for people who are now retiring, you put down what you're part of building this place, whether
Yes.
you only built this part of
Yeah.
this, right? It couldn't have been done if you didn't do it. So you helped them to sell how many millions of
That's
these,
right.
right?
That's right.
So I think we need to know that, yes, sometimes it feels like we've just been a cog in the wheel in the bigger machinery, but we are important. Our voice matters. So speak up, speak up, speak up. Continue to write newspapers. Some of the comments online, without trying not to get yourself trolled, but cuss off them backside and then
And
shut
shut it
down
down.
their account.
Or turn off the, what
Right.
do they say? Turn off the commenting. Turn off the commenting. So,
Yeah.
you've spoken a lot about, and I didn't even realize, like, we've talked before, but now I know I have to bring you back. I have to bring you back on the show. But you've spoken a lot about the deep trust that the Caribbean community has placed in you to share their stories, and your ability to be malleable and like bend and move. How do we protect this type of history, the oral history, from getting lost in the digital noise of today?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to say that I didn't do it alone in Montreal, and I love you for saying that I'm an architect, but I wasn't the earliest architect because there's a lot of work that went on before me. And if you just look to Expo 67, some of the musicians that came from the Caribbean. Yes, we hear about the steel pan players, but we had a group from Jamaica called the Windies. Byron Lee and the Dragoneers was sent here for independence in 62, and they didn't only play Montreal, they played some rural, cold-hearted place in Quebec. So it's building upon the work that has been done. So when you hear that thing, upon whose shoulders you stand, one, educate yourself.
Yes.
Two, when people who um die, and I've been saying this for the last 5, 6 years, yes, we like the little jewelry and the money in the bank. Take the pictures before you start throwing out the papers and the files,
Yeah.
right? Look through them. Was mommy or auntie or granny in charge of the the vestments in a
Yeah.
church? Was she a school principal? Was she a school teacher? Right? She kept some stuff for a reason.
Yeah.
So look through those and find the right place to send those things to archives.
Oh. Yeah.
I think that everybody should be writing to their MPs to make sure that they keep the Broadcast Act, which in Canada spells out for radio 3 levels. Your private, I don't even know what private station, High Art Radio in Toronto, your public, which is your CBC, and your campus/community, which is your
Yeah.
CIUT. Now, they have a digital policy that came out not too long ago about streaming and protecting, making sure some of the big players that populate and algorithms, and now, you know, forget all of that. It's AI,
Yeah. AI
right?
will kick your butt.
You need to go and look and sometimes read the actual bill or law. If you don't understand it, there is a young person somewhere who can, or take the chat GPT and ask it, tell me, what does the new Canadian law mean for streaming podcasts? Yeah, and read it.
Yeah.
Remember, little language and try to confuse and tap we head, right? But Remember,
Yeah.
particularly with the various patois and specifically the Jamaican patois, we took for them own English, turn it backwards, right? Make it into patois, confuse them, and they used to say we talk, but we don't. We
Right?
understand with one another, but you
That's
didn't
right.
understand. We've thrown in some Jamaican African trick in it, and so understand your laws, right? And
Yes.
keep writing,
Yeah.
whether it's Carney, writing your MP,
Mm-hmm.
writing your MA, specifically M&A is in Quebec, city councillor, I think you have in Toronto and other
Yeah.
parts of Canada, right?
Yeah.
Look at what's happening in the US, right? You never
Mm-hmm.
see smoke unless there's fire,
There's
right?
fire.
Look
That's
how much
right.
money was lost for PBS television and the various stations. There used to be tons of black stations across the US. God
That's
bless
right.
the number of them that
Are still
are
there.
are still there and owned by black people, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think retention. Remember, me done say how a big birthday is coming, so the end of so good like first time. I think BET has gone back in black hands.
I think Tyler Perry owns it, but I'm not 100%
Yes,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
But even him, he's owned by money and some of
Yeah.
those partners and what have you.
That's
And
right.
most important, you still need to know your local author, your local musician.
Mm-hmm.
Spend it, I think it's $1.29 now when you download
Mm-hmm.
on any of the digital platforms,
Platforms.
YouTube, Spotify, wherever. Or if
Yep.
you see them, or you know you're old, you don't know how to go Spotify.com, search, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Diva or DJ Storm. You
Mm-hmm.
don't like to put your credit card on them, they sitting there on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
When you see them, right? Give them a $2
Give them
or the $5
exactly.
or
That's
something.
right.
Money pull up is still something that we
That's
created.
right.
If they
That's
have a
right.
little show, go to the show. Somebody wrote a book about this, that. Buy the book.
Buy
Now,
the
I
book.
do not say you feel broke
Mm.
because charity begins at home. But
Mm-hmm.
instead of buy £20 of oxtail, buy 15, take the $5 money and spread it around.
Yep.
Support who supports you. I
Yep.
love Rihanna. I
Yep.
love Rihanna, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to only buy Rihanna music or the top
That's
analysis
right.
people,
That's right.
right? So it's know better,
You,
do better.
I love that you say that because and people, we didn't talk about the show. I gave her like a few points of what we were going to talk about, but that was it. But I love that you said that because people, if you stick around for the vinyl ritual, you will actually hear some local artists, and you're going to hear how some international artists even mixed in with some French artists and made music. So, these are, especially like I find is once you go into the vortex of looking for the new artists and the local artists, they're very easy to find. People, so you just do the work, but also, as Pat says, support. Right? Support, support, support. What?
Listen, I think because a lot of things need to be intergenerational.
Yeah.
I noticed in the pandemic this thing, the seniors, the senior days, middle age, the middle age. We never grew so
No.
in your house or wherever, here or wherever. You had the one elder, whether you lived in an apartment building, there was some senior old little white man or the person who sits in the park. You had the young people, you had the little beanie kids, you had the menopausal, then you had, yeah, I said we had the senior. Start thinking about those cycles. So if it is hard for you to find them, hey, young boy, come here. Name me 5 Canadian reggae artists. Name me the top five you like in Jamaica, because one, they need to be talking to each
Each
other
other.
and
Yes.
communicate that.
Yes.
Then they have the thing called WhatsApp.
Yep.
I think
What
feels
type
like
is your friend?
90% of senior people know about WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a
Mm-hmm.
fair amount of them know the University of YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So, I mean, it's nice that you're going to buy these Spanx to make you look young, and you're going to buy the latest cream to make
To
you,
make you.
and you're considering to get surgery to get rid of this. Hi, what about your mind?
Yeah. Oh.
What about your mind? Improve your mind
Oh.
by having conversations, reading,
Yes.
and learning what's going on. And the next thing, please, I beg on us. Yes, watch CNN and MSNBC, whatever they name. But
Mm-hmm.
for goodness sake, read some newspaper. We're getting
Yes.
illiterate. We're not reading. Even
Yeah.
if you don't trust that paper or
Read.
talk to the paper, damn fool, and I saw the story go,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But read.
Read. Read. Yep. So important. Um, it is so important. I can't even stress it enough. You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Um, what does the future of Caribbean media look like to you?
Well, it's dire if we don't do some of the things that I've said.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we have to start talking across Montreal and Toronto, got to talk better,
Yep.
need to understand better. Yes, I saw some of that reflected in the Reggae North Awards.
Yep.
And, awards are one thing, and some people always never satisfied or ball fix or what have you, but representation matters. But I think we need to create um, cultural corridors.
Mm.
I think the journalist schools that exist, communications rather, whether it's Concordia or Ryerson,
Mm-hmm.
I think there needs to be some sort of conversation with grassroots community and higher education institutions.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you are going to use your social media as a media entity and create content, I think you need to learn some of the basic tenets of media.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our shit is on IG and Facebook and TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's no accident that the fellow down in the South wants to
Shut it down.
make China
Yeah.
sell it, and have an American own it, right? Because they want to own the content,
That's right.
right? The reach and all of that stuff. I think some of us can have a a I haven't done it quite yet, but I have some things happening. PatDillonMoore.com, right?
Mm.
I
The
think we
websites.
need to do a little bit. Time you give to somebody, give to yourself,
Yeah.
right? But I think a lot more conversation has to happen. We do need to get on the CRTC website
Mm-hmm.
and read it. They just had a new policy came out. They were doing um it's coming for cell phones.
Mm.
They had all those
Mm-hmm.
meetings and people were presenting briefs and what
Mm-hmm.
have you. There maybe because our population size is small, Canada's 36 million, still way too much money is being spent for a basic little
Yeah.
package to be
That's
connected,
right. That's
right?
right.
So media, I think we need to look at identify trends, and I think that we need to create some trends. One of the trends
Mm.
I'm seeing are some of the narratives that are coming out. I hear there's a man who's studying about a black miner who was in Alberta, I believe it is. We already know about John Ware.
Mm-hmm.
And here there was a Jamaican, Franklin McPherson, who was an early log driver
Mm-hmm.
here in rural Quebec. So our stories are coming
Yep.
up. I think we need to start publishing, self-publishing, even if we don't publish, write the stories.
Yeah.
Narrative is key to content.
Yep. Yep.
And you need to call and pester and write the various editors and commissioning editors and so
Mm-hmm.
forth, right? There's a wonderful app, and I hope we never lose it. CBC Gem.
Oh.
I think that's where you could see the Sister Nancy documentary. The title of it is eluding me.
CBC
CBC
Gem.
Gem. Our True North is North. Some of the True North documentaries are there. Is trying to remember. 1, 2. I think it's one. Tika 1, 2. And Sister Nancy, steady. Give me the Sister Nancy song. The one that was the
Bam Bam.
most Bam Bam.
Bam
The
Bam.
film Bam Bam is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we need to go on there and look at some more of our film and also look at what is Canadian content.
Yes.
Some of the French stuff with subtitles are hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And see how our cultural fair stands
Yep.
up. Culture is
Yep.
booming and is an important part of
Yep.
GDP. And get our kids
Yep.
educated. If they don't read and write, they're gonna yam the name on a piece of mullah,
Yep.
right? But you can use media and
Yep.
encourage them
Entice them with it.
to read and
Yep.
write. Mhm. Creativity. We are creative beings, so get in touch with our inner creativity, and you could be 80. Just write, sing, keep singing those songs
Mm-hmm.
and writing those
I,
stories. I could go now.
I
You know,
love that.
and
No,
I'm
that was
yes.
just that was a beautiful way to end it. I appreciate love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk to me. And if you ever want to
Thank you
come
for having me.
back, yes, tell
CKUT.ca.
the people how to.
Sure, I'm gonna send you press
Yes,
releases.
you should. 100%. You know, people
CKUT.
actually do send me. I was surprised. I when I received my first press release, I was like, "Oh, this must be a fluke." But then I received like 3 more after that, and was like, "Oh, something's going on here." So yeah, send me your press releases for
And
sure.
and you still take the bios where they went to primary school, and it's still
Yes,
important. It's
100%.
communication. Look how excited when they dig up Egypt and find things on cave walls, right?
Yep, that's right.
CKUT.ca, there is a plethora of Black, Caribbean, Afro descendant music. So listen to us. Um, Pat Dillon Moore on
Mm-hmm.
IG. So that's PATDILLONMOORE on
Mm-hmm.
IG. Same thing on FB, but sometimes I don't accept strangers on FB because if I have to cuss off somebody, I don't want a bunch of strangers thinking that I'm uncouth. So I keep my playground with.
Yeah.
And the other one that's important to me, and you talked about it another time, World by Storm.
Mm-hmm.
That's WORLDBYSTORME. And that's where we're doing the um, activities for special needs and neurodivergent individuals. I deal with everybody.
Yes.
but it's predominantly advocating for Black special
Love
needs,
it.
young adults and
I love it.
seniors.
I love it.
They will find me when the damn fast I want dig up in my business. They'll
They
find
will
me.
find
So
you. They will Google you.
it's like chicken.
You
You will
find me.
find me.
Yes. Thank you so much for this amazing conversation. Yeah, you have to come back. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You have to come back. Me no know. You figure out when you want to come back, or but you
I
know I'll
know I'm gonna
stalk you.
send you something. Yeah, good thing. I'm gonna go and get this part fixed. Look for me on the road in Caribana. If your name woman, you will
Yep.
find me.
I'll be down
And
there, so I'll
goodbye.
see you. But thank you so much. Blessings to you.
All right.
Big up yourself every time.
Thank you. Keep music alive. This platform is important, but please download everything, put it on a cassette, find a hard drive. I'm not sure about 30 years from now if portable drives are going to work,
Yeah, you're right. I almost feel like I need to call
right?
my
But
ex and be like, yo, no, but you know what? Actually, CDs, because I have some old
listen,
CDs and
save your shows on multiple
okay.
places, right? So find the transcripts, whatever, do ever, and get a fireproof box. Because when this restream thing dead and gone, if Facebook dead and gone, if IG dead and gone, everything you're storing on these
Will be
spaces blind
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
Take care of your narratives, stories. The oral is the kernel of who we are as a people and the culture, right? So guard it and create it. Goodbye, me
All
tired of
right.
you know. Love or no love. For me love a lion heart. Can't done. And rest in peace, Dr. Oliver Jones.
Yes. Rest in peace,
Pioneer
Doctor.
Grooves, just Google it and you'll hear him in his work. And that's the work I'm proud of, the archiving
I
work.
love that.
Goodbye.
Likkle Moore.
I mean,
I,
that's when I was slim, they called me Likkle Moore. How me come out here?
I'll kick you out. All
Lock
right.
it off.
All right, Likkle Moore. People, that was Pat Dillon Moore. Oh my goodness. What an amazing conversation. Always, 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 always big up yourself, Mama Pat. Yes, people. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. And you know, we're talking about legacy, and we're talking about the oral and maintaining the history and talking about the history. And I am so proud of myself, Angie Goodaz, Yanida Han, because we're going to get into the big feature and it's going to be a juicy one. So let's get it. All right, so you know, I feel like we need to go back in my Casamigos rhythm. Big up Wheelie Dan for my rhythm, Yazid. Tonight's big feature is about a man whose music shaped generations. And I'm so proud of myself for deciding that this is what I wanted to do. So across Jamaica, let me just see how loud my Casamigos is. All right, I think it's all right. So across Jamaica, across Canada, and across the world, Jackie Matu wasn't just a keyboardist. He was the keyboard king, the musical director at Studio One, and one of the architects of the reggae sound we know today. If you've ever rocked to real rock, darker shade of black, hot milk, drum song, or rocking vibration, you felt Jackie's fingerprints. His riffs became rhythms. His arrangements became templates. His style became the global language of reggae keyboards, copied, sampled, reimagined, and still undefeated. But to understand Jackie Matu, you have to understand where he came from. Jackie was a prodigy, a child musician in Kingston who was already leading bands as a teenager. By the time most kids were figuring out who they wanted to be, Jackie was already shaping the sound of ska and rocksteady. He joined the Scatolites, one of the most influential bands in Jamaican history, and quickly became known for his sharp musical instincts and unmistakable keyboard tone. Then came Studio One, the birthplace of so many reggae classics. Jackie wasn't just a musician there, he was the musical director. He arranged sessions, guided artists, crafted melodies, and built the sonic architecture that would define reggae for decades. Studio One was a factory of brilliance, and Jackie was one of the engineers. He worked with everyone: the Wailers, Alton Ellis, Marcia Griffiths, Dennis Brown, Freddie McKay, and countless artists whose careers were shaped by the rhythms he laid down. His keyboard lines weren't just accompaniment. They were identity. They were the DNA of the music. But Jackie Matu's history doesn't just end in Jamaica. And this is the part that matters deeply to me, and hopefully to you, my audience. Jackie moved to Canada in the late 1960s and early 1970s, splitting his life between Kingston, Toronto, and England. And when he came to Canada, he didn't slow down. He didn't fade into the background, and he definitely didn't. He didn't become a nostalgic figure. He did not. He became a builder. Jackie helped shape the early reggae scene in Toronto, a city where Caribbean music was still finding its footing. He played in clubs across the city, mentored young musicians, and brought the Studio One standard to a new generation. He recorded albums here. He collaborated with Canadian artists. He helped form bands. He poured into a community that was still growing, still defining itself, and still figuring out what Caribbean music in Canada could sound like. Jackie Matu didn't just bring reggae to Canada. He helped root it here. And that's why his legacy matters, because when you hear reggae in Toronto today, in the clubs, on the radio, at the festivals, in the community spaces, you're hearing echoes of Jackie's work. His influence is everywhere. In the keyboard lines, young musicians still imitate. In the rhythms, producers still sample. In the arrangements, bands still study. In the foundation the entire Canadian reggae scene stands on, Jackie Matu is one of the reasons reggae feels local in Canada, not imported, not borrowed, but lived. And even after his passing in 1990, his music never stopped moving. His rhythms still get recut, his melodies still get replayed, his style still gets taught, and his name still gets called with respect. So tonight, before we move into the new music, before we talk about the artists carrying the torch forward, we're honoring the man who helped build the road they're walking on. We're going to drop one of his classics. Let me just make sure I have it on my list, because we have to make sure. 1 second. Let me just add it here. 1 second, people. We're gonna listen to Real Rock. Let me just make sure. All right, I'm gonna play a posthumous. All right, we're gonna pull it from this. Actually, I'm gonna play this one. So let me go ahead and turn off my. Actually, hold on. I'm sorry, people. I got a little flustered for a minute there. This happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Like I don't know what to tell you. Let me just see something. I didn't cue my stuff. Okay. Reggae rock. Sorry. I knew that was wrong. It's reggae rock we're going to play. And it's a foundation, a blueprint, and a reminder of the brilliance that shaped the music we love. So let's play that first, and then we'll actually get into the proper vinyl. Actually, no. I'm gonna lead with that. I'm so sorry, people. I'm gonna lead with that. So let me just pause my. That's the end of the Casamigos for tonight. We're gonna get into my favorite part of the show, and I had to take a moment to cue my song. So yeah, I could just live with it. But people, this is the vinyl ritual. All right. So let's ease into this next part of the night. The lights get a little softer, the pace gets a little slower, and the room shifts into that warm, familiar glow. Welcome to the Vinyl Ritual. This is our weekly unwind, the space where we tune into the music, we let the rhythm settle the spirit, and give the new voices in the culture their moment to shine. So tonight we're actually stepping into a full spread of new music and also rare music, because some of the tracks are not new, but they're rare, or they're rare in my world. So I figure they're probably rare in yours as well. So we're going to hit actually 10 tracks, 10 energies, a little bit more than 10 artists carrying the culture forward with intention. So you know what? I'm not even going to give you the narration. I'll give it to you as we're running the tracks. Let me just make sure we get into the thing. But like I said, first, I want to start with Jackie Matu, Reggae Rock. So let's go. So this is Jackie Matu, people. And you know what, people? I have an older brother who lives for this stuff, so I'm going to rerun this for him. So we're going to continue on. Big up yourself, Jackie Matu. You know, thank you for your music. Thank you for the foundations that you've laid for us. We are going to continue to carry the culture forward and do you proud. So, like I said, we're stepping into a spread of new music, and I'm going to open. I am so grateful to this artist for personally sending me his song. I feel so special. Personally sent to me. This is Butterflies, the Nesta remix. Let's go.
I see potential in your eyes. Let me love you for life.
And I said, this feeling this joy. I need this again. Whoa. No debating. Your rating is a 10 out of 10. Whoa. Something I could look forward to having for a lifetime. These butterflies around me I can't seem to avoid. And your love is giving me Wi-Fi. And your love keeps me on the bright side. I miss that pull up, 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 pull up. Did I get to the point when we start at the night? Well, I'm in need of your love. Would I love to see your face first thing in the morning time when we wake up? Better me vocalize and tell you straight rather than some bag of fly.
Well, anyhow you make a feel butterflies, I'm gonna love you for life.
All right. Oops. Stop. Okay. That ended so fast. Sorry. Stop. All right. You know, he sent me the song and I did not download it fully because I'm silly like that. So I'm going to see if I can find this next track. I really hope. I'm going to be so mad at myself because I did not download it. My week got so crazy. Let's see if it's here. It's not here. Darn it, Ange. Okay, I'm gonna have to pivot. That's okay. I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find it. But so we're gonna skip over that one and we're gonna get into something else. But I do want to say shout out to Nesta. He did actually send me that tune too, and I didn't have time to download my stuff because what are we doing, Ange? I don't know. That's how it goes sometimes, right? But I do want to get into some Tuggrass. So this is Tuggrass Wisdom, a grounded, reflective moment, followed by, and then after that, we'll get into some Aya Grade. So here is Wisdom by Tuggrass.
Youths like us, stay brave and daring. Ask the street if you're not strong, it will tear you. Up on the corner, dollar for the bread, but we carry the crown every head. No shame in my game. Yeah. Give thanks and it's to Jaja. Fall it down, even when it seems like there is no way out. Read the Psalms and hold it firm. Get a you just live and learn. Every experience is a test. Just the process and believe so you come from the best. No matter what they teach you in the books that we learn, just know that life teaches wisdom. One day they tell me wisdom, wisdom. Tell me sorry renegade. We don't need this guy. Wisdom, wisdom. Tell me sorry renegade. We don't need this gun. Born and raised in a place where white collar call it the ghetto. Ghetto. Love juvenile life, missing cut shot. No question asked. In a the place where they call the ghetto. I see funeral and roses. Mama bearing sons and daughters in the place called the ghetto. Ghetto. Hey, we carry the rhythm, the pain and the joy. From the ghetto we rise, blessings in disguise. Greatness is not a choice. Never give up, Jaja, keep I alive. Through the struggles and the pain, still we are fight. We gain every blessings, day by day we rise. We see the sunshine and pray whenever it rains. Jaja, wash away my pain. Sing fence board, us thugs chilling on the lane. Head above the water, not drown in despair. Wisdom, wisdom. Tell me, sir, renegade. We don't need these guns. Wisdom, wisdom. Tell me, sir, renegade. We don't need these guns. Street life is not so much of a sweet life. I say, good youth, start to live a deep life. So when you read the Bible, you know that fret not thyself. You protected by the Most High. Good. And if you feel like say you weak like shred, just try put your trust on your faith in a God and you will see life. Strength is in the name of the Most High, Emmanuel. Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to keep going. So from here, we are getting into a little higher grade. This is Champion. Let's go.
Champion, my girl, international, independent, and you know you're not local. And she natural, yeah, royal African princess, eh? She look like a private dancer. Slow wine girl, that is the answer. El Caliente, fly senorita. Damn, this girl's off the meter. Drop top, when me say two-seater. I agree, yeah, she popping on the cheaper. She pack the heater in the Louis bag for the haters. When me tell you, say, yo, champion. Girl, international, independent, and you know you're not local. Black beauty, yeah, and she natural. Yeah, royal African princess, eh?
When you look into my eyes, baby, you know that I am a royal black queen. When I step into the place, even you can't believe all the eyes are on me. Yeah, number one hot girl international, see me there on the scene. Yeah, style like no other, remember no other can compare to me. Because I'm a hot girl. My flow is so natural. I'm known international. Remember I'm a real champion, girl, they cannot believe. One of a kind style, so refined, so unique. You never met anyone like me.
Yeah. She pretty like an angel. See her in the party, she is a bombshell. Me say, every man a watch her, every man a pray her. Not the one they over there, so say him a forget her. Me know say me a move the wire, lyrics when me give her. Next move at the bar, she like me ganja cigar. We day in the car, she hear me on the radio, the star calling
Champion, my girl, international, independent, and you know you're not local.
So that was I Agree Champion. Now we're going to, let me see if I can do this. We're going to try a thing. We're going to try a thing, people. Let's see if we can do this. We're going to do this live. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see if the Goodaz knows what she's doing here, people. Let's see. If we go like this. Ooh. You know when they say you have use? Yeah, man, Goodaz, you have use. You can't go on with that thing. So, another track that was sent to me by the artist. Big up yourself for this one, Mr. Sir. This is Kirk Diamond, Run for Cover. It's actually going to be released tomorrow. So you're getting a world premiere from the Goodaz because, yeah, I ate that. So, get out of that. So this is Run for Cover, Kirk Diamond. Hope you enjoy it.
As I would say, murder. I've got somewhere I must be at. I know you can come with me, so I think it's time to let you go. I intend to live my dreams, they won't come true if you're with me, so I think it's time to let you go. Although I never walked a mile without you, I have to do this, it won't come true.
Better play it again.
As I would say,
So like I said, this is going to be released tomorrow, people.
I've got somewhere I must be at. I know you can come with me, so I think it's time to let you go. I intend to live my dreams, they won't come true if you're with me, so I think it's time to let you go. Although I never walked a mile without you, I have to do this without you. But I'm sorry, this is my time, this is my time. It might be over, no feelings are made when it is over. And don't bring me under, cause it's not murder. Protect your heart and run for cover, yeah. It might be over, no feelings are made when it is over. And don't bring me under, cause it's not murder. Protect your heart and run for cover. So much out there for you and me. Try to open your eyes to see, and now I can't do this anymore. Yeah. I intend to live my dreams, and I wanted you here with me, but I can't do this anymore. Although I never walked a mile without you, I have to do this without you. But I'm sorry, this is my time, this is my time. It might be over, no feelings are made when it is over. And don't bring me under, cause it's not murder. Protect your heart and run for cover, yeah. It might be over, no feelings are made when it is over. And don't bring me under, cause it's not murder. Protect your heart and run for cover, yeah.
No, I don't want it to feel as if, say, well, I'm doing the wrong thing, you know. I just have to think about myself. Cause when I think about you, just bring nothing but heartache and pain. I can't take that no more.
Sounds call, protect your heart and you'll be merry.
Yes. People. Run for cover, Kirk Diamond. Once again, thank you so much for sending me that track. It's beautiful, people. It will be available tomorrow. So be sure to, stream it. Listen out for it. Do the thing. All right. So as we continue on, we're going to get into another track sent to the Goodaz. This one is Badger by Planky Dunn. One Planky Dunn, another please. Let's go.
Mobile, Vinci, Kingston, T-Dot, Shabba Production, Rock to Riches, Box Nation, Harlem Agua. Then a bad like we, then a mad like we. Make a talk and see. Headshot, flesh drop and get your wagon split. Then a bad like we, then a mad like we. Get a fast guy chip circle them black crick. Hit your dust them sit it down and shit. And then a bad like we, then a mad like we, then a bad like we. Pull up on your black dog, lock it up in a deer. T-Dot full of killers like in a mobile. Face shot, my rough like special up in a here. Get higher fired up in a list for you not steer. Sell me out where you do it for. And a chicken a pizza. Love cap on the media. Mona Lisa, what's the difference between a Judas and a Peter? They no bad like we, they no bad like we. Make a talk and say, headshot, flesh drop and get your wagon split. And they no bad like we, they no bad like we. Get a fast guy chip, circle them black crick. Hey Jonas, them so they done and shit. And they no bad like we, they no bad like we, they no bad like we. Nothing no wrong, me we done a clip. Silence up and in a zone, like when the plumber fit. Head we bust see the fun of it. Then me find you in a bush, mama see you drop, done a kick. Magnum, mommy rubber grip. Nigga day gonna drift. You no care if you run a fit. Can't escape, run a bit. Ease off, run a clip. Head a bounce pan ground like when plumber pit. They no bad like we, they no bad like we. Make a talk and say, headshot, flesh drop and get your wagon split. And they no bad like we, they no bad like we. Get a fast guy chip, circle them black crick. Hey Jonas, them so they done and shit. And they no bad like we, they no bad like we, they no bad like we. Go pick him up like Prince Smith. Girl take a sing sweet. Bullet rip him up like Min Smith. Plug out them like drink some white sahaha. Left them pan ground like dog where your skin teeth. What is science is to a robot. Me no need no trouble if it trophy. Tell it now, baby, my life is like movie. Just give a play and no load it. They no bad like we, they no bad like we. Make a talk and say, headshot, flesh drop and get your wagon split. And they no bad like we, they no bad like we. Get a fast guy chip, circle them black crick. Hey Jonas, them so they done and shit. And they no bad like we, they no bad like we, they no bad like we. Pull up on your black dog, lock it up in a day. T-Dot full of killers like you. So intelligently, you know, Miss Goody Goody. Come here, Miss Goody Goody. Miss Goody Goody, Miss Goody Goody. Go the goody with the good underneath. How about the girl them with the good underneath? Go the girl with the good underneath. Go the girl with the good underneath. Go the girl with the good underneath. Body well healthy, your body never weak. 100 man some girl take for the week, and yet still them look disgusting and cheap. Go the girl 'cause your thing never loose. Now see them a day, them a musty man goose. Real talk girl, them can't step in your shoes. Who wanna do a push and have nothing to prove to? So what they goody with the good underneath? I want the girl them with the good underneath. Go the goody with the good underneath. Do all your good, every man want reach. Go the goody with the good underneath. Where the girl them with the good underneath. Go the goody with the good underneath. underneath there. Do you good, every man want reach there. Come here, goody with the good something. Tight figure in and no push door open. And no any knock at all can make good open. Goody no have no time for no any button. Because goody ever up to the time. Have her own money so she have her own ride. And when she a swipe for your card no decline. So she not fi wait for a man for a dime. So go the goody with the good underneath there. And when the girl them with the good underneath there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Do you good, every man want reach there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. When the girl them with the good underneath there. Go the goody with the good underneath. Do you good, every man want reach there. Go the goody with the good underneath. Body well healthy, your body never weak. 100 man some girl take for the week. And yet still them look disgusting and cheap. Go the goody cause your thing never lose. Now see them a day, them a musty mongoose. Real top girl them can't step in your shoes. Who wanna door a push and have nothing to prove. So go the goody with the good underneath there. I got the girl them with the good underneath there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Do you good, every man want reach there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Go the girl them with the good underneath there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Do you good, every man want reach there. Doing goody one bamboo massa. Girl them want you full and belly of water. It coulda even pasta data. You know the girl them no want no saka. When the girl them want bamboo man, all the pasta data. Girl them no want no little saka. So go the goody with the good underneath there. I want the girl them with the good underneath there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Do you good, every man want reach there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Go the girl them with the good underneath there. Go the goody with the good underneath there. Do you good, every man want reach there. Go the goody with the good underneath. Body well healthy, your body never weak. 100.
It's bound to kill you in Kalash. Them gal calabash off in mash. Even baby feels of a wash.
Grand Godzilla.
Yeah, boom.
Moi me femme plus qu'ils a brasta. Italien me pasta.
Yeah.
All the girls me say a master. On y mette corps bien puis basta. Bumpa 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 bum tune. Moi me gal, juste Mexico Cancun. Nous c'est real boss, nous pas cartoon.
Like the Jenny wanna say.
When me boss a new tune, everybody follow. Then every bad gala. Drink honey, spend dollar. Smoke hard grabber.
Boss a new style, everybody follow. Girl, I back it up and it and gather. Yo, Kalash, we have one mugger. Cash, and them know say we can gather.
Yeah. From la deal, les manger me ko kalalou. Les mobile li chebe di me kalalou. Les amouna la caveye nous à la lou. Il dit comment c'est un galis. Gala you, gala you, gala you. Run the place. Fais yo sauter sans pas.
It's bound to kill you in Kalash. Them gal calabash off in mash. Even baby feels of a watch.
Grand Godzilla.
Yeah.
Moi me femme plus qu'ils a brasta. Italien me pasta.
Yeah.
All the girls me say a master. On y mette corps bien puis basta. Bumpa 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 bum tune. Moi me gal, juste Mexico Cancun. Nous c'est real boss, nous pas cartoon.
Like the Jenny what I say.
When me boss a new tune, everybody follow. Then everybody gala. Drink honey, spend dollar. Smoke hard grabber.
Boss a new style, everybody follow. Girl, I back it up and it and dada. Yo, Kalash, we have one mugger. Cash, and them know say we can gather.
Yeah. From la deal, les manger me ko kalalou. Les mains baili chebe, di me kalalou. Les amouna la caveye nous à la lou. Il dit comment c'est un galis. Gala you, gala you, gala you. Run the place. Fais yo sauter sans parachute. Ma sa boss sa lock sa gajou. Concurrence la même jabou. When me boss a new tune, everybody follow. Then everybody gala. Drink honey, spend dollar. Smoke hard grabber.
Boss a new style, everybody follow. Girl, I back it up and it and dada. Yo, just what? We have one mugger. Cash, and them know say we can gather. Yo, girl them love it cause we know fi do it good. The front of the car she have her hands on the hood. Smell me cologne, she know they got clean. Whole place turn up when time we walk in. Girl them love we bad, we have the thing where them a mad for. How we up in at them nigga like Pogba. Them one we rev out the cat like the Jaguar. Girl this how we attack.
When me boss a new tune, everybody follow. Then everybody gala. Drink honey, spend dollar. Smoke hard grabber.
Boss a new style, everybody follow. Girl, I back it up and it and dada. Yo, Kalash, we have one mugger. Cash, and them know say we can gather.
Yeah, boom. Moi me femme plus qu'ils a brasta. Italien me pasta. Mal niggas me say a master. On y mette corps bien puis basta. Bumpa 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 bum tune. Moi me gal, juste Mexico Cancun. Nous c'est real boss, nous pas cartoon. Like the Jenny what I say. When me boss a new tune, everybody follow. Then everybody gala. Drink honey, spend dollar. Smoke hard grabber.
Boss a new style, everybody follow. Girl, I back it up and it and dada. Yo, Kalash, we have one mugger. Cash, and them know say we can gather.
Yeah.
Kalash.
Bounty killer. Boss nous pas.
Il voulait du chata, il regrette sa mère mort. Maintenant c'est la honte de son département. Maintenant c'est la honte de son département. Il télé chata, il télé sans complexe. Mais c'est la cata, il est plus nul que mon ex. Ou télé en queen, en bas de queen de compète. Mais je suis la plus sauvage de toutes tes conquêtes. Belle go, belle Fiji, belle fesse. Belle dent, belle gogo, belle bête. Ben down low, fais mon wine dans les la bête. Ben down low, fais mon wine dans les la. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on applaudit avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on avec les fesses. Clap, clap, clap.
Every bad girl, fling up your big bumper, panic killer. Fling up your big bumper, panic killer. Fling up your big bumper, panic killer. Bumper so big a move to inna the villa. Girl, your body coming like a emoji peach. Every girl I take it so them you know what to teach. Anyway, me turn out you're going to reach. Get you wetter than the wave, them and me know the beach. Pop it on the floor for me, walk it like a chore for me. Slam it like a door, just have to give them more. Spread it like a war for me.
Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on applaudit avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, clap, il voulait du chata, il regrette sa mère mort. Maintenant c'est la honte de son département. Maintenant c'est la honte de son département. Il télé chata, il télé sans complexe. Mais c'est la cata, il est plus nul que mon ex. Ou télé en queen, en bas de queen de compète. Mais je suis la plus sauvage de toutes tes conquêtes. Belle go, belle Fiji, belle fesse. Belle dent, belle gogo, belle bête. Ben down low, fais mon wine dans les la bête. Ben down low, fais mon wine dans les la. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on applaudit avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on applaudit avec les fesses. Clap, clap, clap.
Every bad girl, fling up your big bumper, panic killer. Fling up your big bumper, panic killer. Fling up your big bumper, panic killer. Bumper so big a move to inna the villa. Girl, your body coming like a emoji peach. Every girl I take it so them you know what to teach. Anyway, me turn out you're going to reach. Get you wetter than the wave, them and me know the beach. Pop it on the floor for me, walk it like a chore for me. Slam it like a door, just have to give them more. Spread it like a war for me.
Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on applaudit avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, clap, clap. Excusez-moi si on ka laissé ou dans un sale état. Vous savez bien, les en ka vini, en ka fait dégâts. Si on pas dit rien, c'est que ou pesti qu'on laisse ça. Ou pas besoin ni permission pour monter en l'état là. Mi a dit new bad queen, a mi no Willy Mata. En vini bubble and wine, on savait où aimer ça. Mettez ou à 4 pattes, pot the money and bring it back. En vrai un thug life, nigga qui ni couille tout pack. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Les en kay fuck vous. Bad boy, what you gonna do? Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche. Clap, 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 applaudis avec les fesses. Clap, 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 on applaudit avec les fesses. Clap, 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 y'a que des emojis pêche.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boys,
Mr. Lex.
Atamawak.
Ready?
Yes!
Madder than them.
So what am I saying then?
Them say we badder than them.
Okay. Baby, we do. Gun up in the fool them house. Gun up in the fool them house.
What?
Mother come shoot the fool them out. Have somebody present for you. Act like some remember you. Tell me kill them, kill everything and all of who resemble you.
Oh my God, I'm chipping and I'm flipping out. Look how much I've change a new page and the boy they make me repeat out.
I'm gonna make them draw me out. Send me the place and draw me out. But if them try to box the food out on me out.
Mais c'est mal, on n'a pas de limite sur la version. On revient bouler les sons de système des décennies qu'on est dans le son. On a les papiers, les formulaires, la carte et les autorisations. On a les permis pour tuer des sons, quelle que soit la situation. Car je suis un MC d'attaque. Je reviens big up des fondations. Au micro, je donne des coups de matraque. Ouais, je suis un MC d'attaque. Tu sais pas quand ça va partir, t'inquiète, tu vas sentir l'impact. Yes, we are madman. We not fear nobody. When we got the microphone, we are go wild and crazy. Yes, we are bad man. On the MIC. We not afraid of them, carry rough and ready. Yes, we are mad. We are the mad
Well, that was a mess. So I don't know, my connection went, so hopefully I still have you here with me. Why for that? No, why? All right, let's see if we can share. Oh, I've lost my. Jeez, Louise. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hopefully you can still hear me. No, you can't. Oh, wow. I think that's it. Well, ain't this madness? Let's just take a look at this for a second here. Can you hear me? Oh, wait, can you hear me? No. All right, people. I don't know what happened. I was dancing and I lost my stuff. So I guess that's it. Oh, that sucks. Okay, wait. I'm going to play one more tune for you. All right. Let's try that again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boys,
Mr. Lex.
Atamawak.
Ready?
Yes!
Madder than them.
So what am I saying then?
Them say we badder than them.
Okay. Get very real. Cutting up in the fool them out. Cutting up in the fool them out.
What?
Mother come shove the fool them out. Have somebody present for you. Act like some remember you. Tell me kill them, get everything and all who resemble you. Oh my God, I'm tripping and I'm flipping out. Look how much I've change a new page and the boy they make me repeat out. I'm gonna make them draw me out. Send me the page and draw me out.
Can you hear me now?
Box the food out on me out.
Mais c'est mal, on n'a pas de limite sur la version. On revient brûler les sons de système des décennies qu'on est dans le son. On a les papiers, les formulaires, la carte et les autorisations. On a les permis pour tuer des sons, quelle que soit la situation. Car je suis un MC d'attaque. Je reviens big up des fondations. Au micro, je donne des coups de matraque. Ouais, je suis un MC d'attaque. Tu sais pas quand ça va partir, t'inquiète, tu vas sentir l'impact. Yes, we are madman. We not fear nobody. When we grab the microphone, we are go wild and crazy. Yes, we are bad man. On the MIC. We not afraid of them, carry rough and ready. Yes, we are mad. We are the mad MC. If we ride the rhythm, give me a little sense. Yes, we are fast. Call we the fast MC. No mercy for them I go dead and bury.
Why you go dead, we no care. Who you up or it, who you no care it, bullet in a fire it dead. Them know we are madman, them no bad man, send them to Godman dead. The whole of them a clown, all them a fuck around when they think that sound them dead. But the piece that sound they come and walk, say them boy they feed dead. We no care. Who you up or it, who you no care it, bullet in a fire it dead. Them know we are madman, them no bad man, send them to Godman dead. The whole of them a clown, all them a fuck around when they think that sound them dead.
Oh, you see how them to try fight against me? Wow, people, I kept it together.
Original sur le mic c'est radical. Des fois ça part en son cashman, ça fait mal comme Rodigan. Ouais, ça tire dans la foule, boom, ça fait des gros dégâts. Comme Dab, Tomahawk et Mr. Lex font d'être ça. Yes, we are madman. We not fear nobody. When we grab the microphone, we are go wild and crazy. Yes, we are bad man. On the MIC. We not afraid of them, carry rough and ready. Yes, we are mad. We are the mad MC. If we ride the rhythm, give me a little sense. Yes, we are fast. Call we the fast MC. No mercy for them I go dead and bury.
Every way cutting up in the fool them out. Cutting up in the fool them out. What? Mother come shove the fool them out. Have somebody present for you. Act like some remember you. Tell me kill them, get everything and all who resemble you. Oh my God, I'm tripping and I'm flipping out. Look how much I've change a new page and the boy they make me repeat out. I'm gonna make them draw me out. Send me the page and draw me out. But if them try to box the food out on me more.
say them a real joker son boy. Them come fit test, them a pure bombo wall. Me say them a real joker son boy. Tu peux pas tester quand on vient sur le microphone. Yes, we are madman, we not fear nobody. When we grab the microphone, we are go wild and crazy. Yes, we are bad man, on the MIC.
You know what, people? I'm gonna play it one more time because you see how the system did try and mash me up, and I came back. Now go run the tune again. Me no business.
Yes, we are fast.
Madder than them.
Madder than them. You can't stop me. What me feel?
Badder than them.
Okay.
So people tell me, do you want me to play more of these tunes, these type of tunes? Let me know.
Somebody present for you. Act like some member you. Tell me kill them, kill everything and all who resemble you.
Oh my God, I'm chipping out and I'm flipping out. Look how much I've change a new page and the boy they make me repeat out.
I'm gonna make them draw me out. Send me a place and draw me out. But if them try to box the food out on me out.
Mais c'est man, on n'a pas de limite sur la version. On revient bouler les sons de système des décennies qu'on est dans le son. On a les papiers, les formulaires, la carte et les autorisations. On a les permis pour tuer des sons, quelle que soit la situation. Car je suis un MC d'attaque. Je reviens big up des fondations. Au micro, je donne des coups de matraque. Ouais, je suis un MC d'attaque. Tu sais pas quand ça va partir, t'inquiète, tu vas sentir l'impact. Yes, we are madman, we not fear nobody. When we grab the microphone, we are go wild and crazy. Yes, we are bad man, on the MIC. We not afraid of them, carry rough and ready. Yes, we are mad, we are the mad MC. If you ride the rhythm, give me a little sense. Yes, we are fast, call we the fast MC. No mercy for them I go dead and bury.
Why you go dead, we no care. Who you up or it, we no care. Bullet in a fire dead. Them know we are madman, none of the bad man, send them to God man dead. The whole of them a clown, all them a go around when the teeth that's on them dead. But the teeth that's on their time, I walk, say them boy they feed dead. We no care. Who you up or it, we no care. Bullet in a fire dead. Them know we are madman, none of the bad man, send them to God man dead. The whole of them a clown, all them a go around when the teeth that's on them dead. But the teeth that's on them dead.
Alright, people.
On est des madman, t'inquiète, y'a pas de problème.
Okay.
On a la technique, on mic, car la technique, on aime, on connaît.
So let me say big up to the artists for doing something like that. Again, you don't know until you know. So if you're learning a new language, you might want to, if dancehall is your thing, reggae is your thing, you might want to go and look up and see if your favorite artists have, done collaborations with people in those spaces, and then you can have a fun way to immerse yourself in a different language. So like I said, the Goodaz listens to this stuff every day. For a bit, immersion styles. Now, next week, I'm going to play a teaser for you because, next week, there's no Big and Serious podcast show. It's Caribana Weekend. I will call it Caribana until the cows come home. It's Caribana Weekend. So, we're outside. We're going to wear some feathers, and we're going to have some powder and a little adult beverages, and we're going to dance to some rhythm, and we're going to have a little mischief and all of them things that we're going to enjoy, because this is a big birthday year for me. I am going to be on the road. I won't tell you who I'm playing with because, I don't know. I want to look at privacy. If you see me, you see me. If you don't, I hate that. So like I said, no Big and Serious podcast next Thursday. We will be back in August. August is already booked out, but I can't remember who's coming on the show. So just people look out for the advertisements, because why the Goodaz we can't remember. I'm sorry. Me no sorry still and all. I apologize. But I can't remember. So I hate that. But I'm gonna be outside shaking my bum like a responsible Caribbean woman. So I'm not going to leave you empty though. I'm going to leave you with a track. Again, back to the theme. So those last 3 tracks I played were not sent to me personally by the artist, but this track that I'm going to play was sent to me personally by the artist. He has been on the show before. Big up yourself, Brother B, for this track. This track is called Hear It. Because when a soca artist sends the track directly before Caribana, you already know what time it is. So we're going to get into a little bit of the groove for next week here in Toronto, and it's already gearing up. Like, people are already outside doing their thing. I'm going to stop chat. I'm going to start dance. So here you go. Wait, so let me think there. Yo, nobody mess with me,
Yeah, Weezy. But Carnival start and they're talking about they don't hear it.
You better don't dare it. When the girls are you looking at them and staring. Dare it. When I step in the them bad, them people clap their hand and them cheering. Cause we get to hear where we coming from. No badness, no we not bringing. Cause we know that anytime we reach there, what the vibe that we bringing. Girl, them bending down and them swinging. Cause that's not the vibe that we bringing. Reputation in the sky. Hold a girl and take a blind. That is how we multiply. Telling truth and in no lie. Long like I can see my eye. And you know the job no shy. Right now job is getting high. Give me rum and get high. Can you hear it? And you say you don't hear it. Can you hear it? Man, I tell you don't hear it. Can you hear it? And you say you don't hear it. You hear it. Man, I tell you don't hear it. When the shell blow, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When they change on, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When they jam move, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When you drum beat, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. Stink and dirty on my head, you can see it posing. Y'all them want me, but I don't know which one is for me. Girl from foreign, whining on me, calling me darling. Juve morning, when I touch you, know I go all in. Smoking, drinking, I don't care what none of them thinking. And don't tell me she old, once she heart is still beating. Granny back it up, I could see Tony peeping. She come for the manish water, you could see mommy limping. Can you hear it? And you say you don't hear it. Can you hear it? Man, I tell you don't hear it. Can you hear it? And you say you don't hear it. You hear it? Man, I tell you don't hear it. When the shell blow, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When they change on, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When they jam move, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When they drum beat, you won't hear it. Yes, I know you won't hear it. When I step in the them bad, them people clap their hand and them cheering. Cause we get to hear where we coming from. No badness, no we not bringing. Cause we know that anytime we reach there, what the vibe that we bringing. Girl, them bending down and them swinging. Cause that's not the vibe that we bringing. Reputation in the sky. Hold a girl and take a blind. That is how we multiply. Telling truth and in no lie. Long like I can see my eye. And you know the job no shy. Right now job is getting high. Give me rum and get high. Can you hear it? And you say you don't hear it. Can you hear it? Man, I tell you don't hear it. Can you hear it? And you say you don't hear it. You hear it? Man, I tell you don't.
All right, so did you hear it? There is no Big and Serious podcast show next week. Don't call my phone asking me where the show there, because the show is not playing next week. Come back for us the week after. But I mean, if you go over to Big ND Serious Pod on YouTube, click on the live tab, and while you're over there, do me, I beg you.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, what? What you for do?
Like and subscribe.
Yes. So if you click on the live tab, you can catch the replays. I'm sure there might be a show or two that you haven't seen, or maybe, you know, the Goodaz said something and you're like, yo, you know, she did say something before upon that show there. May I go circle back and find it. Before we get into the stag-a-lag, because, you know, this is the breather and this is where we close out the show, I want to say an extra special big up to Pat Dillon Moore for being on the show. Shout out to Miss Diva for setting that up for me. I really appreciate it. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. What else? Thank you for being here. You didn't have to be here, and you chose to be here with me, the Goodaz. And I appreciate it. Also, I want to say shout out to all the artists that are passing through next month. Yo, August is huge. We are going to be talking to some artists. We're also going to talk to a hypnotist, Hypnosis with Kendall. I'm looking forward to that one. So we got some big things happening in August. We're going to take a deep dive into the Reggae North Music Awards and the nominees, just like we did for the CMAs. We're going to go ahead and do that for the Reggae North Music Awards. What else? So many things happening in August. I want you to be safe while you're outside next week, because, you know, you're not going to hear the good advice unless you go catch a replay and thing. So I'm going to ask you to be safe next week. Be good. Keep a little trouble in your back pocket every time, because I saw we do it. Yes, I saw we do it. Big up Richie Flo on the outside. Shout out to all of the artists that have taken the time to send the Goodaz their music, or all the people that have sent the Goodaz their press releases. Yo, I feel the love. And I did a post about this earlier in the week. When you love the culture and the culture loves you back, when there's reciprocity, that's huge. And you have no idea how good it makes me feel. TikTok, hopefully you're back next week. I don't know where did I go on with, but I saw real foolishness. So hopefully you're back next week. Shout out to my Instagram, my Twitch, my OGs, and of course my Rumble. All right. So now that I've done all of that, I want us to slow everything down. Yo, that sounds so sexy in my ear. Can I do that one more time? It's time for the stag-a-lag. So we're going to take a moment, just you and me, and we're going to slow everything down. This is the stag-a-lag. This is your breath, your reset, the part of the show where we come back into ourselves. Rest in peace to Sly and Robbie, by the way. Yeah, this is the rhythm we're closing with all season 2 long. And can you believe we're already halfway through the season? I am mind blown. But anyway, wherever you are, sitting, standing, curled up on the couch, let your shoulders soften, let your jaw unclench, let your body remember that it doesn't have to hold everything at once. Take a slow, deep breath. Take a slow breath in. Let it fill your chest. Let it warm your ribs. And let it settle right behind your heart. And now exhale. Let something go. Something small. Something you don't need to carry into tomorrow. Now close your eyes for a moment, if you can. And picture yourself standing somewhere open, somewhere wide, somewhere that feels like yours. Maybe it's a beach at sunrise. Maybe it's a quiet street at dusk. Maybe it's your grandmother's kitchen. Maybe it's your own living room with the light on, with the lights low. Wherever it is, see yourself there, standing tall, breathing steady, knowing you made it through another day. And as the night wraps around you, let that mischief, that joy, that grown person confidence settle right back into your bones. Take one more breath with me. Inhale. Let it go. This is your stag-a-lag, your pause, your breath, your reminder that you are still here, still grounded, still big, still serious, and still a Likkle Trouble every time. Family, we will see you next week. Walk good, dance good, be good. Peace.